Hi everyone, I'm Shelley. Welcome to today's balance class where we'll try to de-stress the day. So just letting go, using our breath and our body to help us to just let go of any stress that's come up today or this week or this month, and just leave you feeling really blissed out at the end. So we're going to start in just our Vajrasana, so sitting back on the knees. And if this is really uncomfortable for you, you might just take a blanket and pop it in between your, just at the back of your knees. Just create a little bit more space for you. You might even take some blocks and set them up behind your hips. We're just going to take some easy side stretches. So if this is a really uncomfortable position for you, feel free to maybe come to a seat on your hips. But we'll just take a moment here just to arrive on our mats. So just pulling the shoulders back and down, sitting tall, feeling the crown of the head draw up towards the ceiling. And just beginning to take note of how your breath is feeling in this moment. Our breath tells us so much about how we're feeling. And we'll often hold our breath without even noticing. We'll take really short breaths at the top of the lungs. So see here if you can begin to breathe all the way down into the belly. Really filling up first the lungs and then expanding the belly out with your breath. If it helps you to concentrate, maybe activating your Ujjayi breath, constricting at the back of the throat. Emptying completely. And we'll just take one clearing breath altogether. Inhale all the way up through the nose. Open the breath inside out. Fill up all the way through the nose. Open the mouth inside out. Just softly blinking the eyes open. Just reach the right fingertips down towards the right side of the body. Reach up and over with the left hand. Feel that left hip draw over towards the left. A nice stretch through the right side body. You might look down towards the right palm or up towards the left, towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach all the way up and over towards the left side. Reach the left fingertips down, the right up and over. Pressing the right hip, over towards the right side. Feeling that nice stretch through the right side body. Up and over one more time, inhaling through center, exhale over towards the right. Really press into that right palm or the right fingertips to feel that stretch through the left side body. Inhale and change over towards the left. Inhale, this time reaching just back behind you. Reach up and over now with the left palm. And just keeping your gaze down at the right. Fingertips, you might feel that your hips want to come up. You might push them forward. Lifting your hips off of your heels. Reach down and over towards the right side, circling your way through the center. Leaning over your legs and coming over towards the left side, reaching back behind your legs, lifting up with the right hand, staying here or pushing your hips up in front of you. Adding on that nice stretch to the front of the body now. Warming up the back body. So exhale through center, circling through the front. Inhale, open. Exhale, change sides. Circle through the front. Exhale, change. Inhale, open. Exhale, change. And inhale, open. And we'll do one more each side. And exhale to come back through center, restacking your spine, just lifting up here, resting your palms on your thighs, and just taking note now of how you're feeling. Just after a few small movements and activating your breath, really beginning to breathe deeply. And take one more inhale all together for a cleansing breath. Open the mouth side out. Coming up onto the knees now. Reach the right leg out to the side, toes pointing forward. Just rest your right hand on the right leg, reach up and over with the left arm. So again, a nice little side stretch in the left side body. Inhale, reach up and all the way over to the left side. Come down onto your left fingertips and reach up and over now with your right hand. So you should feel that nice opening through the right outer hip. You might even feel a stretch on the inner thigh of the right leg. And we'll just reach all the way up. Use your core to come back up through center. We'll do that one more time. Reach up and over towards the right side. And then inhale up through center. Exhale to place the left palm down. This time reach up with the right arm. See if you can lift your right leg up. So really engaging the glute here to lift the leg. Maybe bend the knee, stay where you are, or bend the knee and reach back with your right hand to hook onto the outside of the right leg. Really press the foot into the hand to come into a little back bend, opening up that right shoulder. Nice stretch through the right bicep. And then try not to slingshot as you slowly release. Coming back, extending the arm and the leg, and then slowly lowering the right leg down. Use your core to help press yourself back up through center, bringing the right leg in, taking the left leg out. So we'll do the same here. Place the left hand softly onto the left leg. Reach up and over with the right arm. Into that nice side stretch in the right body, the right side body, and that opening through the inner groin of the left leg. Inhale up through center. Bring your right fingertips down to the ground. Reach up and over with the left hand. And keep your gaze down or looking up towards the sky. Really keep pressing the hips forward. So engage your glutes to press the hips forward. Keep them square. Inhale, use your core here to help bring yourself back up. Reaching back over towards the left side once again. And inhale up through center. Place the right palm down this time. And reach up with the left hand. Keep pressing the hips forward. Come onto the toe of the left foot and then lift the left leg up. Maybe stay here or bend the left leg. Reach back with the left hand onto the outside of the left foot. Press the foot into the hand to open through that left shoulder, the front of the left hip. And just a nice little back bend to help warm the front and the back body here. Slowly releasing and coming back down, using your core to bring yourself back up through center. Bring that left knee in. And then come through a little tabletop. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Drop the belly and open the chest here. Really press the heart through the arms towards the front, lifting the gaze, opening the shoulders, filling into the back body here, feeling that nice little back bend, that opening through the front body. And then tip the tailbone Press the mat away as you round through the upper back. Tuck your chin towards the chest. Press the back of the feet into the mat to round and come into your cat. And we'll start to link the breath here with our cat-cows. Inhale, open up. Lift the tailbone, open. Press the heart forward. Press through the mat. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, last one. And exhale, round. Come back to neutral. Tuck the toes here. And press up into your downward facing dog. Press the heart back towards the thighs. Keep a bend in the knees. Really press into the inner palms here. Tuck the forearms in. Roll the shoulders out. Separate the shoulder blades. Create space for your head to relax down towards the mat. Feel the tailbone draw up, create length through the spine. And then bend the left knee, bring the right heel towards the mat. Keep the weight even through the palms here. Inhale, come high onto the toes, bend the right knee, bring the left heel towards the mat. And then inhale, come high onto the toes. Exhale, bring both heels down towards the mat. It's okay if they don't touch, and it's all right if you need to keep a bend in the knee to keep your length through the spine. If you feel like your back starts to round when you straighten the legs, just keep that bend in the knee. And eventually, downward facing dog does become more of a resting pose, but right now it might be a lot of effort for you, and that's okay. If you're shaking, it means that it's working. If you're not, then enjoy the rest. See if you can run through all of your different cues really to try to perfect your downward facing dog as much as you can. Knowing that really there is no perfect. When I say perfecting your down dog, really trying to discover what is perfect for you. What do you want to achieve from your practice? Is it strength? Is it flexibility? Maybe it's nothing to do with the body. Maybe it's more to do with the mind. So can you bring your attention wherever it is that you need to bring your focus to achieve what you want to achieve from your practice? Come high on the toes. And just start to walk the feet towards the front of the mat. Bend your knees if you need to. Bring your feet about hips distance. And then send your hips back, crack the knees, and just fold over the thighs. Allow the head to relax down. Take opposite elbows. And then slowly begin to send the tailbone up towards the sky. Separate the sit bones. Your weight slightly towards the toes, just to open a little bit more into the back of the legs. And really relax the head down. Try to let go of any strain that you have through the back of your neck. And then we'll take a few clearing breaths here. So take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale. Let it go. 2 more, inhale. Open the mouth. And last one here, inhale through the nose. Let it go. Allowing the palms to fall down towards the ground. And then just slowly bend through the knees once again. Start to round through the back. Restacking the spine. Stay heavy in your upper body. Let the head come last. Take a few shoulder rolls when you get to the top. And inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Looking up as the palms touch together. Exhale, turn the palms down, sweep them all the way back behind you, interlace the fingers at the sacrum. Keep a bend in the elbows and really pull the shoulders open as you bring the knuckles down towards the heels. Inhale to look upwards slightly, trying to press the knuckles here, or the fists that you have behind you, into the hips, just to encourage the tailbone down. So to avoid that arching of the back. So press the hips forward, engage the glutes. Open up the shoulders, really feel the outside edge of the shoulder blades pulling back behind you. Squeeze those palms together. Take an inhale and send your heart up towards the sky. As you exhale, tip forward, fold all the way forward, keep the interlace of the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, send those knuckles all the way down towards the ground. Slowly release the grip of the hands behind you. Allow them to fall down towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, straightening through the spine. Exhale, take the palms down, step the feet backwards, high plank. As you inhale, shift forward on the toes or drop the knees down if you need to. Exhale, keep the elbows tucking in as you lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Just your chest and your chin. So arching through the back. My microphone is in my way here. I want to make sure you can still hear me. And so here at chest and chin. So creating that sort of arch in the back, keeping the hips high. You might untuck your toes and press the backs of the feet into the mat. And just starting to feel this opening through the front body and the warming of the back body. Keep those elbows in towards the rib cage. Just take one more breath here. And then start to walk your knees back, slowly lowering your hips down towards the mat. Take your forehead down, fingertips just underneath the shoulders. And then inhale, press into the palms, lifting up, using the strength of your back body really to open up. Keep those elbows in. Exhale, release. Inhale, roll up, use the back body. Exhale, lower down. One more, inhale all the way up. And exhale, lower. So really feel your back body engaging your glutes. This time we're going to place the palms down just underneath the elbows. So you want that nice sort of chaturanga position with the arms. Press the backs of the feet into the mat. And we're going to lift all the way up into our upward facing dog this time. So peeling the chest up, inhale, press into the palms, lifting the legs up off the mat, engage the glutes. Really feel that opening of the chest, the pulling back of the shoulders, and the lengthening of the spine. And then exhale, downward facing dog, press into the palms. Come over the toes, press the hips up behind you, press the heart towards the thighs. Come high on the toes, bend through the knees, bring your feet together. Look forward between the palms and take a big step forward or a jump if you're ready to land softly between the palms. Shift forward slightly on my mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to come all the way to standing as the palms touch softly above your head. Exhale, palms to heart center. We're going to run through our Surya Namaskar a couple of times. So just finding your stance at the top of your mat. Adjusting any clothing or microphones that you might need to. And we'll begin together. So exhale here to empty completely. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Palms touch softly above you. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the palms, step or jump the feet back behind you, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, press into the palms. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take a clearing breath here. Inhale, open the mouth, side out. Bring the heels a little bit closer to the mat as you do so. Come high on the toes, look forward between the hands, bend the knees and step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to standing. And exhale, palms to heart center. Keep it going. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straightening through the spine. Plant the palms, and as you exhale, step back or jump and lower all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Halfway lift. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. One clearing breath all together. Inhale. Open the mouth. Come high on the toes. Look forward between the palms, bend the knees, step or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, palms to heart center. One more round together. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the palms down, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One clearing breath all together. Inhale. Exhale. Come high on the toes. Step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way to standing. And exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, drop the hips back, bend through the knees. Sink into your chair pose. So we want to work on really tipping the tailbone, pointing the tailbone down towards the heels. So it tends to kind of arch out like this. So try to really tuck the tailbone, engage through the core, press the belly back towards the spine, and then close that gap between the belly button and the lower ribs. And then you might just stay here with your palms together or reach your arms up overhead. From here, we're going to come onto our toes. So working our balance now. Inhale, press through the toes, come all the way to standing. Squeeze the glutes for some balance and stability as you look up between the palms. Maybe coming into a slight back bend. And then come back exactly the same way we came. So staying on the toes, dropping the hips down, and then dropping the heels, chair pose. So when you come from toes to heels, you'll notice that that's when your lower back will try to stay in that arch. So see if you can really focus on just dropping the heels and keeping that lower back as flat as you can. So we'll do it one more time. Inhale, come to the toes. Press through the toes, come all the way to standing. Reach up, look up. And then slowly coming back down, bend through the knees, drop the hips, stay on the toes. And then as you exhale, drop the heels down, back through your chair. One more time, inhale, toes. Come all the way to standing. Reach up, look up. And then as you exhale, sinking the hips back down. And the heels come down too. Okay, take one more inhale here in chair. And exhale to fold forward. Hips up and back. Chest comes down, folding over the thighs. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, take the palms down. Step both feet back. Just run through one vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take one clearing breath all together. Inhale. And exhale, release. Bring the feet together in your downward facing dog. And then inhale the right leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip. I really like this little release here. So try to keep the shoulders square, but just really open that right knee up towards the sky. Feel that left heel come down towards the mat. Should get a nice stretch in the left hamstring and the right hip. And then re-squaring your hips, extend that right leg back behind you. As you exhale, look forward between the hands. Tuck the knee in towards the chest. Really squeeze it in, press into the palms here. Round the back as much as you can. And then softly placing the foot down between the palms. Stay on the left toes. Inhale, crescent lunge. Come all the way up. Here in your crescent, rather than letting your weight sort of sink back to the left heel, really try and push the heel over so that to stack it over the ball of the left foot. And then press the hips forward so you'll feel that nice stretch in the front of the left hip. So straighten through the left leg if you can. Really try to engage the left glute. So it's just me grabbing onto my bum. It's just me checking that I'm engaging everything. So feel free to do the same. And then again, rather than arching through the back, see if you can close that gap between the belly and the lower ribs. So really draw the chest down. And then you can start to bend into that left knee to come a little bit deeper. And then in our crescent, we're going to come up onto the ball of the right foot. So we're on both toes here. If this is too much, feel free to stay in your crescent. Stay on your right heel. Otherwise, we're on the toes here. So really building heat in the lower body, trying to keep our hips square, our lower ribs in. Take an inhale here, reach up with the arms. As you exhale, shift the body, the weight forward over that right leg. So you're going to feel that right glute engage and start to build some heat through the right leg. As you exhale, turn the palms down, reach them back behind you, interlace the fingers. Inhale to open the shoulders back behind you. And then exhale, lower that right heel down, straighten through the right leg, bring the palms down either side of the right foot. So into this sort of modified pyramid, so you can stay high on the left toes and just fold all the way down over that right leg. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Bend into the right leg once again, lower the left knee down this time. Lower the left hand down, untuck the left toes, and open towards the right side for a nice twist. So giving your legs a little bit of a rest. And then reach back with the right hand, bend through the left leg, and if you can reach back behind you, grab onto the foot. If you can't quite reach it, just use the right hand to help push your chest open a little bit more. Just look back behind you at the foot, and it always helps me to look back and actually see my foot to be able to grab it. You might even bring a block in front of you just to lift yourself up and bring the ground a little bit closer. Really try and focus on drawing the inner thighs towards one another. That'll lift your hips and keep that right knee from jutting out too far. And then press the left foot into the hand, open up the right shoulder. As you exhale, pull that left foot in towards you. Getting a nice stretch across the front of the left thigh. Releasing that left foot back behind you. Push the hips back, come into our half split. So inhale, taking the fingertips either side of that front leg. Really square off the hips here. So pull the right hip backwards. As you exhale, folding down. Really trying to keep your chest as open as you can here. So rather than rounding through your back like this, try to really think about your belly coming towards your thighs. So keep your chest open and then fold down. We'll inhale to come forward, just releasing for a moment. Stretch the arms all the way up overhead, come into your Anjaneyasana, your low lunge, reaching up with your arms. And exhale, push the hips back once again, coming into your half split. So it should feel a little bit nicer, a little bit more open than the first time. Take one more inhale here, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, fold. And then shifting forward, take the palms down, tuck the left toes, and really draw that right foot in towards your chest. So tuck the knee in, send it all the way back, releasing in your three-legged dog for a moment. And then lowering your right foot down. We'll run through one vinyasa together. So shift forward over the palms. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll do one little clearing breath all together. Always feels so good when you're upside down. So this time we'll bring the feet together once again. We'll even out our left side. So inhale the left heel high. Bend the knee, open the hip. So again, pulling that knee up towards the sky and then the right heel down towards the mat. And get a nice little stretch in the back of your right hammy and in the outside of your left hip. Inhale to square the hips, extend the left leg back behind you. Exhale, shift the shoulders over the palms, draw that left knee in towards the chest. So really round through the upper back here, squeeze that leg in as much as you can. And then softly placing that left foot down between the palms. Inhale into your crescent, reaching the arms up. So again, setting up, so making sure that that right heel is pressing forward, stack it over the ball of the foot. Straighten and engage that right leg, as much as you can. And then push the hips forward, closing that gap between the belly and the low ribs. And then bend a little bit more into that front knee. And then you can start to bend that right knee as well, keeping that stretch in the front of the right hip. Arms can stay on your hips or reach them all the way up overhead. And we're going to pop that left heel up. So feeling that left glute engage, pull the left hip back. So keep your hips square, pull the inner thighs towards one another. Feel the heat building in your lower body. Continuing to build. If it's shaking, that's great. It means it's working well. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, shift your weight forward over that left thigh, but don't collapse down onto it. So keep a gap between your chest and your thigh if you can. And then take an inhale here. Turn the palms out. Bring them back behind you. Interlace the palms. Inhale, open the chest, open the shoulders. Releasing the palms down, the heel down, straightening through that left leg, come into your modified pyramid. So stay high on the right toes, step them in if you need to. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale to fold over the left leg. So really focus on trying to pull that left hip back, squaring off the hips. You might do that breath a couple of times, so inhaling to a halfway lift, exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine, exhale, fold. And then from here, bend through that left leg once again, dropping the right knee down, bring the right palm down towards the ground and open up for your twist. Reaching up with the left hand. Really trying to press that belly open, so keep the left knee in and try to twist, initiate from the belly. And then using your palm to help twist a little more, looking back towards your right foot as you bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand. And then press the foot into the hand to open that left shoulder. Just for a breath here. And then pull that foot in towards your buttock, getting a nice stretch across the right thigh. So again, keep pulling those inner thighs towards one another to lift your hips slightly, just to avoid sinking all the way down into your hips. And softly releasing that back behind you. And then shift the hips backwards, coming into our half split. So inhale, here lengthen through the spine, pull that left hip back this time, and exhale to fold over your left thigh. So again, avoid trying to fold your forehead down, keep your chest open, fold the belly down towards the thigh. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, fold. One more here, inhale, and exhale. And we're going to come forward just for a couple of breaths in our low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, pull the inner thighs towards one another, keep the legs engaged. Reach all the way up with the arms, maybe looking up between the hands, and then exhale. The left toes come up, half split, folding over once more. Inhale, reaching the spine long, and exhale, fold. And then we'll walk the hands forward once again, tucking the right toes, lift the right knee off the mat, plant the palms, tuck that left heel in towards your chest, tuck the knee in, and then exhale, send it up and back, three-legged dog. That nice release, maybe circling the knee, stretching the leg out long behind you, and then dropping the left leg down. We'll run through one final vinyasa. Inhale, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll take, once again, a clearing breath here. Open the mouth, exhale. And then we'll walk the toes towards the front of the mat. Bend through the knees, roll the spine all the way to standing. And we're just going to take a couple of nice little clearing breaths, but with our body. So I'm going to turn to face you. I like to do this movement with 3 inhales and 1 big exhale. So we use the arms to sweep up out, up, and then we relax down over the legs, swing the arms all the way back with the exhale. All right, so we'll try it together. So in, out. So, and when you do the out, really open the mouth, let it all out. All right, so in, out, in, out. We'll do 3 more. Last one. And this time stay in your forward fold. Really relax your arms down, relax your head down, feel that vibration, everything moving through your body, your energy that you've created. And just come back to standing, so roll the spine, restacking in a standing position. And just notice with your eyes closed, that fuzzy feeling behind your eyes. So that movement of energy that you can feel within your body. Really try to tap into that. Really try to tap into everything that you can feel in your body. Your extremities, your tips of fingers, tips of toes. Take an inhale here through the nose. Fill up all the way, expand the belly. Open the mouth and sigh it out softly. We're going to come into a supported forward fold. So you might take a block for this and place it on your thighs for your chest to rest down. I like to use a cushion. So any kind of size, as long as it's big enough to rest down on. Take your feet to about hips distance and then send the hips back, crack the knees, and just wedge that pillow in between your belly and your thighs. And then just fold all the way down over it. Relaxing your head down. Relaxing your arms down as well. So maybe if you're up here, you might even use, put your elbows onto wherever you can and take your head in your hands. So we're hoping just for a little bit of that inversion. So just bringing the head lower than the hips and coming into a position where we can relax as much as we can. So we'll be here for about another minute. So see if you can use your breath to really focus on any points of tension that you might have. Deliver the breath to them and then slowly release that tension as the breath exits the body. And really try to tune in with yourself. If your body is screaming out to you, no, this hurts. Ask yourself if it hurts in a painful way. If there's pinching or aching, then please do pull back a little bit. Maybe add in an extra cushion or just come to standing. Maybe even legs up on the wall. Or perhaps rather than pain, it's just a little bit of discomfort. Maybe it's your muscles shaking or saying, you've worked us too hard. Just reassure them that they're okay. They haven't worked too hard, they've just worked. very soon time for them to let go. So we'll slowly release this one now. Bring your hands back down to the ground if they're not already. And then just bend again through the knees. Restack the spine. Take out your props. And just take a moment here in standing. Just to feel that reflow of energy, of blood, rush back to the head, the center, the core of our body. And just opening the eyes if they were closed. We're going to come into a shoelace. So coming down to your mat. And you might start in a tabletop position. Cross the right knee over the left. Send the feet out towards the sides. And then sit your hips back behind you. So if this is really uncomfortable and you find that your left hip is coming up and you're finding it impossible to sit down, you might just prop underneath your hips to bring a little bit more height. If you're really comfortable, then you might bring your feet a little bit more forward. I'm definitely not at that stage, so I'm going to stay right here. The goal here, we are going to try to relax as much as possible. So moving into more of a yin-like presence on our mat. So we don't want any kind of flexion of the feet. So we want everything to be as supported as possible. So if you find that it's hurting your ankles at all, then just prop as much as you need to, maybe under that right knee, under the left knee with a pillow or a block, whatever it might be. And then you might just stay here and just close down the eyes, sit tall, and just focus on, again, bringing your breath to wherever you feel this sensation, maybe in the outside of your hips. If you feel any tightness or tension through the knees that is painful, please just pull back, maybe shift your weight back onto your hands. Otherwise, you might choose to fold forward. So folding all the way down over the knees. I really like to use my hands just to support my head here. You might be more in a position where you can rest your forearms down and your chin just on your knees. Just use the breath here to try to let go of any tension. So just identify the sensations that you can feel here. Where are you feeling this pose? And then inhale, take some fresh new energy, new air there. Open the mouth and sigh it out. As you do so, feel that tension drift away. See if you can relax a little bit more into the pose. And we'll take one more cleansing breath just like that. Take a big inhale through the nose. Deliver that energy to where you need it. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Sink a little bit deeper. See if you can let go. Take one more final cleansing breath. Inhale. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And if you're folded forward, just pressing into your palms, slowly coming back to a seat, restacking the spine. over towards the other side. So extending the legs out in front of you, moving slowly here to unravel. Perhaps taking a couple of shifts from side to side. And then tucking that left knee, the left foot towards your right outer hip. Crossing the right over the top. And setting up again however you need to on this side to support yourself. So I really like to sit up on a cushion, just gives me a little bit more space to set up my legs how I like them. I have really quite tight hips, so I like to support as much as I can in this pose. So I even chuck a little pillow here. And then again, you might just stay here in your seat or fold forward to wherever is comfortable for you. So rounding through the back, tucking chin towards chest, or extending that chest down and coming down to your forearms. Just beginning to scan over the body here, seeing where you can relax a little bit more. Are you flexing your feet? Are you holding yourself up for any reason? And can you use what you have around you to support yourself instead of your muscles? So maybe you even have a couch or something that you could do this against and just rest your head on the couch, or a chair or something soft. We'll take one inhale for our cleansing breath. So identifying those points of tension. Inhale through the nose, fill up. Open the mouth, sigh it out slowly. Allow your breath to return to normal. Again, identifying your points of tension, your sensations that you're feeling. Taking another cleansing breath, inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Can you release any more? Are you holding onto the back of your neck? Or maybe through your belly? And we'll take one more cleansing breath. Inhale. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And if you're folded forward, just slowly making your way back up to your seat. And then shifting your weight back to extend your legs out in front of you. Again, moving slowly. Taking those little mini windshield wipers if that's comfortable for you. Shifting any props you have just to the side. We're going to come to just one more little yin-like position before our final relaxation. So if you have a cushion or a block, you might take that for your pontoon. So all we're looking for is a sort of opening of the front body. So it might even be that you take just a blanket, a really thin blanket, and just roll it up and have it sort of underneath that sacrum area. So we're going to lie all the way down onto your back. And then just placing that pillow or whatever it is, I might try to, no, that's fine. I'm going to roll mine just like that. And then just whatever it is, if you're quite high, you might stay with your feet on the ground, and that might be enough for you. If it's just something like a pillow, You might be able to extend your legs out in front of you, and it might not feel like much to begin with, but as the time goes on, you will feel that opening across the front of the hips. So just shifting your hips here, open the palms towards the side, towards the sky, the feet out towards the side, and just settle in here to your pontoon for a couple of minutes. So once again, using our breath to bring awareness to the body. So where can you feel this? Just really tune into that area through the front of your hips. And maybe even just imagine the front of your hips lengthening. Imagine space being created through your front body. Imagine your belly muscles, your abdominals relaxing and letting go and just becoming really elastic. So much so that when you inhale, your belly balloons out up towards the sky. And we'll take a cleansing breath here. Take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth side out softly. As you do so, really feel gravity pulling you down. Feel that connection with the prop that you have underneath your hips. Take another inhale, fill up. Open the mouth side out, melting over your prop into the earth. We'll take one more inhale, fill up. Open the mouth side out. If your legs are extended out in front of you, just bring the soles of the feet to the floor. And just press into your heels just enough to lift your hips to remove your prop. Hips back down. Extend your legs out in front of you. Come back to your savasana. This should feel really good. You should feel really heavy here without that prop underneath you. Really focus in on that connection that you have now with the earth. So scan over your body, starting at the toes. And just notice all of the points of your body that are in contact with the earth. And just breathe into each one of those. So you can inhale. And first, noticing that connection that your heels have. As you exhale, feel your heels heavy into the earth. Moving up your next exhale, noticing your calves, the back of the legs, where they connect with the earth. Allow them to feel heavy. Moving up to your thighs, your sit bones. Allowing them to sink down with your exhale. Your back down, your shoulders. Relaxing them down away from the ears, really feeling that sinking as your breath brings you closer to the earth. Moving down towards your elbows and your backs of the hands. Your next exhale, relaxing your arms and your hands. And then bringing your awareness now to the back of the head. A little crevice where the head connects with the earth. Taking an inhale, Bring your awareness to the back of the head, that connection that you have. And as you exhale, sinking down, relaxing the head completely. Relaxing the jaw, the third eye, the tongue. Just staying here in your savasana for as long as it serves you today. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. Namaste.